Hello everybody and welcome back to the Line Ball Pool channel. My name's Max. Welcome back to part 2 of our exhibition series exploring the new 2.2 rules update. We are playing a set of doubles matches, myself and my good friends Chris, Joel, Joe and Alex. Following this we will be doing a mini tournament in the coming weeks which will be the Yellow Card Championship, but these set of games are to really test the rules and see how they play. If you didn't watch the last part, we did test out the rules, we started to implement them, and effectively what this means for the game of Line Ball is the first time you hit the black ball during the game, you now just get a yellow card rather than losing straight away, and the second time you hit it, you would immediately lose. The only caveat being that if you hit the black ball out of the score zone or into a pocket on that first shot, you would also instantly lose. Up first here is Joel playing on the Reds. We've been doing a set of doubles games in the first half. They were really good fun. Putting players together I also find really interesting in Line Ball, all the differing perspectives that people have when playing and the collaboration and conversation. Joe on the yellows here, great shot from Joe to bring that out of the score zone. This is a game where Joel is playing with Chris. It is currently 0-0 as we have no balls in the score zone. If you have never seen a game of Line Ball Pool before, make sure you head to the video that we uploaded 2 weeks ago where it goes over all of the brand new rules, but also just the basic rules of Line Ball. So if you've never played before, it's actually the best video to start with. It's my most comprehensive set of rules yet, as I myself play a shot there on the yellows. And now it is Joel up again here on the Reds. Joel playing alongside Chris. I am playing with Joe. Good attacking shot from Joel right there. Gets yellow out of the score zone. My teammate here, Joe, for this game, he can either try and maybe push his yellow a little bit more safe or maybe attack one of these Reds out. Joe is an aggressive line ball player but has unfortunately double kissed and has not scored. It is still 2-1 to the Reds here. Chris coming down for his team of Chris and Joel. He's trying to go in behind the yellow to knock it out, but neither have made it out, so it is 3-1 at the minute, and he's given me a ball that I can go for the attack on, and I play it. It's a little bit easier to play that shot when you have the jeopardy of hitting the black ball removed on that first shot. I could have clipped the black ball with that red and it wouldn't have been a problem. That extra confidence boost definitely opens up new shot opportunities. But then Joel undoes my hard work with a great shot of his own. Joe now needs to bring that yellow that's just above the scoring line into the score zone. He's gone for it, but he's hit it a bit too thin, and so only one scores. It's 4-3 at the moment to the Reds. Let us know what you think in the comments of the new rules. We are about to get into, very soon, the tournament version of this game. It's a much more relaxed format. It's going to be something pretty fun, pretty relaxed. It is currently 5-2 in this game, as we've just agreed on the line. Got a very steep uphill battle now for the yellows. I think I'm going to honestly have to go for something quite special here in order to spin this around. Let's see what I can do here. I'm going to have to play something special because being 5-2 down in order to bring this back is going to require some power, even though we have another shot left. I'm going to leave it to Joe to do the hard work then. It is now 4-3. So Joe is going to have a big last shot here because I imagine Joel is just going to roll theirs in and play it safe. But we'll see what he does. There's a lot of options here. We've really been enjoying these new rules. They extend games of Line Ball much longer than they would otherwise be. We found that some games in previous tournaments were finishing too soon. This does extend the games, makes them more lively, more vibrant, more Line Ball without having to play loads of new games. It stops the disappointment of games finishing too soon, which I can certainly get behind. Joel rolls the ball in, knocks two of ours away. It is now 4-1 to the Reds. That is a big mountain to climb for Joe in this shot. He can either try and bring in a bunch of yellows or bring out a bunch of reds in order to try and win this. He is going to hit into the set of yellows to really try and bring them in here. Good bit of power. Nice shot there from Joe. That has made it 4-3. Or is it 4-4? Has he got that yellow in this on the top? It's 4-4. He's done it. Fantastic shot from Joe. Bringing them both in. We're going to have a draw condition, which we don't see too often on the channel. So effectively, as I'm explaining to especially Joel, because Joel's never played a line ball draw, what happens here is the white ball can be spotted anywhere along the line. It can be on your side, it can be on your opponent's side. Then if you are playing reds, it is your job to remove a yellow, and if you are playing yellow, it's your job to remove a reds, and you go back and forth. But you also have to match what your opponent does. If your opponent brings 2 yellows out, you have to bring 2 reds out to make amends. Chris brings out 1 yellow there, and that yellow goes out of play. Also, the yellow card rule is rescinded for draws, so you cannot hit the black at all. There is no respite here. And any ball that makes its way into the play zone is also immediately removed. Here we go. I'm trying to make an adjustment mainly because I do not want to hit that black ball and lose the game for Joe and I. But I haven't. Oh, that rolled so close, but it hasn't hit the black, and therefore we stay alive. Joel's now got that really easy yellow to hit in the middle there. That's a very easy one to bring out. So knowing how Joel's adapted to the game, yeah, we don't doubt that he was going to do that. Lovely shot there from Joel. Now it is Joe's turn. We've got to bring a red out here. It's not easy. We're getting into the corner where there are only a few balls. You don't often see line ball points go this way. It's an interesting one. Here we go from Joe. He's knocked one in. He did also bring a yellow out, so it would have been a loss anyway. But a really good job from Joe. The reason it would have been a loss with the yellow coming out is even though we brought one of ours out, which would have given us a +1, it would have been like effectively an own goal, bringing their one out. So it would have effectively nullified him bringing one out, bringing it back down to 0. So it's an unfortunate one there for Joe. He played a really good shot. That was a really unique game of line ball. The balls don't often fall that way when we're playing like that. So I must say that was one of the more curious games. We've got a couple more exhibition games to go, and whilst we're just setting up, I will explain how the next competition, the Line Ball Yellow Card Championship, will work. So it will involve the 4 players you see with me. I am not playing, I will just be commentating, but we will have Joe, Joel, Alex and Chris all playing in the tournament. The idea being that they will play seeding games, so they'll play 2 matches each, and by the end of those 2 matches each against each other, they will either be one person who is on 2 wins and 0 losses, there'll be one person on 0 wins and 2 losses, and 2 players who are on a win and a loss each. That will be what will happen after the seeding is complete. And then we will move into a knockout stage semi-final, where the player who has 2 wins will play the player who has 2 losses, and the player who has a win and a draw, or a win and a loss I should say, those 2 players will play each other. The logic being that if you won both of your seeding games, you deserve to play against the person who had the weakest run-in on the seeding. So that's what's coming up in the next few weeks. As I said, in the moment we are just playing these new rules out to see how they play, make sure they're good enough to play in a more competitive format, and they are proving to be. So we will be doing that for this tournament with this new yellow card rule. Alex, up she steps, she is playing on yellows, dramatic underhit. She is very happy and lucky that the new rule in place, I say new, newish, where you have to come off a cushion or a ball in the play zone. If you don't, it resets back to your line, but if you do it again a second time, you would lose that ball. So if Alex hadn't hit a cushion there, she would have lost that yellow. Joel here on the reds. He's going for a similar angle to what Alex just went for. He'll be hoping to reduce the power compared to what she hit it with, and that is a lovely starting shot from Joel. I am playing with Alex now, and we're both on yellows. I am going to be trying to bring this yellow in, recover the situation, but I have hit the black ball, so we have used our black ball hit early, which means that it is kind of advantage to Joe and Joel here. Joe now stepping up to play his shot because they still have their black ball hit and we don't. Bit of power from Joe. Nice job to bring that yellow and put it in a vulnerable position. Now we're going to see Alex back up again. She may elect to push that yellow in the middle safer, or might just focus on bringing this yellow in on its own. Yeah, she's just focusing on this yellow for now, but if that clips the black, if that had hit the black, we would have lost, because we've already used our yellow card and you can't hit it a second time. That was lucky, but a good judgment from Alex as well. Very good judgment. Now we have Joel up next. Considering his options, Joel is a very tactical player. He takes the game nice and slow, but plays really strong pool. He is a good 8-ball player anyway, Joel, bringing that experience to line ball. Gets another ball in the score zone there, 3-3. But as I said, advantage you would say goes towards Joe and Joel, as they still have their black ball hit. And that advantage is shown, as I have thrown away the game and lost it, because I have hit the black ball twice in a row. I've effectively lost that for Alex. She played such a good shot to avoid the black ball, and then I've made 2 mistakes effectively. I didn't need to hit the black ball the first time, and then I definitely didn't need to hit it the second time. So 2 mistakes from me, and the game is lost. But that is why we do these exhibitions, to test out different shots. How confident can having a black ball hit make you without making you too arrogant like me and hitting the black ball? The rack you're seeing, the custom line ball rack, 3D printed by my dad. It's his design. Keeps everything nice and fair, as we discussed in the last episode. As we close out this series, I believe this is our last game. Maybe we have one more after, but we're rounding out the exhibition portion. Nice shot here from Joe on the reds. Rolls it very close to the black. That is a ideal line ball starting shot. Great shot from Joe on the reds. Chris playing yellows now. Bit of power there. Could clip the black. Doesn't clip it. So that's a good shot from Chris on the yellows. Joe and Joel are staying on a team for this one. They are continuing on the reds. I believe it's just Chris jumping in for me here on the yellows. Nice shot from Joel, but left it a little bit in an open space. It is attack shottable. Alex playing again. Of course, I had to be subbed out of the team for those terrible shots in the last game. I can't be playing again. Nice attempt from Alex. Brings that ball out of the score zone. Lovely shot. 2-1 to the yellows. Doesn't bring it all the way out of bounds though. Doesn't reach the line of reds and yellows. It just stays in the playing zone. Kind of cuts off some angles for Alex. Nice shot there from Joe. I don't think that's going to reach either, so the yellows certainly have their lines of sight cut off a bit here. Chris stepping up now on yellows. They're going to have a bit of a deliberation over this one. Chris rolls us in, slow pace. Might hit the black. Doesn't hit the black. Nobody has hit the black at all yet, which, considering where we are at the moment with all the balls in that corner, it is a shock that that hasn't happened yet. Now it's Joel's turn. They've still got that red that's kind of in the middle. That's a bit of a problem. But given where the balls are that are blocking the lines of the yellows, it's actually really difficult to reach that red. So it's actually okay being kind of in the open. Lovely shot from Joel, and doesn't hit the black. Joel's really got the pace of the table down, hasn't he? He is ready for that tournament setting. Based on how you have now seen Chris, Alex, Joel and Joe all play their line ball, who do you think is going to win the exhibition? Let us know in the comments right now. We've got the line ball yellow card championship. Who do you think will be winning the tournament? It's an individual tournament, so just one name based on who you are seeing play. From left to right, Joe, Joel, Alex and Chris. Just a little 4-person tournament. Alex and Chris are deliberating on what to do here, because this could be the last chance they get to attack that red in the middle. But then it could end up leaving one of their yellows spare. And then realistically, what chance would they have to salvage that? It's a good shot from Alex though. Gets it all the way out the score zone. Leaves the yellow in a good spot. You'd rather have that ball removed than not. This is a very even game. No one's used their black ball hit somehow. Joe gets it out the score zone, but not quite enough power. I think Joe certainly has reeled in his power control. He was very heavy hitting in the first half, and he has slowed that down. I think he's trying to balance his shot weighting. Chris here, or with the opposite. And I jump in to stop the ball, because obviously once it passes the line of out of bounds, that ball is gone and should not be allowed to interfere. We've been thinking about maybe putting some kind of stopper at the back of the out of bounds zones, so when the balls hit the backboard, they are compressed and kind of don't bounce back in. Just sort of something you could put on a table as a line. But we haven't really got what that would be yet, so obviously don't want to damage tables, especially when you're hitting the ball really hard. Ideas welcome in the comments for that one, so that we don't have to have a referee jumping in and stopping balls. And this will be our last game of this exhibition window. Here we are with Joel. Just stabs at it. That might not reach. It hits the black. So it has hit an active ball in play, so that does count. But they have now used their black ball hit, which means that Reds, for their last shots, will probably have to go to the other side of the table, because they can't really risk going down towards that cluster again, having used their black ball hit. But that's their decision to make. We'll see what Joe will have to do in their last shot. But now we've got Alex Durham stepping up for the second to last shot on the Yellows. Yellows in a very peculiar position. They've still got their black ball hit, but so many balls out of the scoring zone. Realistically, it is kind of level pegging. They're 3-2 down, but they do have one more available ball to hit than the Reds. So I would say it's advantage Alex and Chris here, given that they have their black ball hit. But Joe and Joel can still win this. They've got a last good shot, and I'd say Alex and Chris have a lot of sight lines that have been cut off by where those Yellows are on the far right hand side. Here we go with Alex. She's going to try and bring both of those balls in. Doesn't end up happening, but she does not hit the black ball, and that's crucial going into this end. That's a shock. Reds cannot hit the black ball, so Joe has to do something here where the black ball is left still, or it will be game over. I think I'm kind of explaining that to him as well, that it's just going to be a case of trying to get it as tight to the right hand pocket as possible, but that's too hard and it doesn't even stay in, which means all Chris has to do is just knock this yellow in and they will win. And they have the black ball hit as a safety net. It's a good shot from Chris. They get the balls in the score zone and somehow doesn't even hit the black ball. What an amazing shot from Chris. And that is a win for Alex and Chris on the Yellows. Thank you all so much for watching. That concludes the exhibition series part of this game. Going into next week's episode, it will be the Lion Ball Yellow Card Championship. The same four players you have been watching here, Alex, Chris, Joe and Joel. They will be playing individually with a seeding round and then also a knockout round as well. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you next week for the next episode of Lion Ball Pool.